Hi everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk and thank you very much for joining me today. This is the card that I have been making today, and it's based on an idea that I got from Jennifer Maguire. If I open up my card, inside there is a little pop-up panel that my lady who is delivering the cake is resting upon, and it's very easy to do and so much fun, so stay with me. I will show you how I made it. Here's what I'm using today. My card base is thick whisper white and I've cut it to 11.5 inches, and I've scored and folded it at 5 3/4 inches, and it's 4 inches wide. I have another piece of, this is just ordinary whisper white, and it is 4 inches by 4.5 inches. For the mat on the front of my card, I have a piece of our designer series paper, and this is from the Bright set, and I think this one is Coastal Cabana. I've cut this to 3 3/4 by 5.5 inches. I've got another piece of whisper white for stamping on, and another little scrap. I've got a piece of Mango Melody, again a little scrap for stamping on, and I have a small square of the Mango Melody DSP. I'm going to be stamping using the hand-delivered stamp set. Now this is a reward stamp set. You can't actually buy it unless you've earned some host rewards, which you start to accumulate when your order or your workshop total comes to £150 before postage and packing, and then you can choose to use your rewards. You get 10% of whatever the total is, and you can use to spend some of them on this stamp set, which is it's a really fun one. I really like that one. I'm using Mento Tuxedo Black, and I'm also using the Stitched Shapes framelets, and some other things which I haven't got here. I've got some of my Stampin' Blends pens and also my watercolour pencils. I'm going to go over to my Big Shot, and I'm going to cut out the apertures in the card and in the matting layer, and to help me centre them and to get them in the right place, I've created 2 templates, just a couple of pieces of scrap paper that I've cut to the same size as the front of the card and the same size as my layer, and I worked out where the centre is by drawing diagonal and horizontal and vertical lines, and used those to help me place my dies. So I'm using the 2 middle-sized dies of these stitched squares. I'm going to go away and cut out those apertures, and I shall be right back with you. And I'm back, and I'm not sure whether or not I told you that I held those in place with low tack tape. It is important that you use low tack tape or washi tape, because the pressure that your Big Shot puts on will really weld your tape to your paper if you're not careful. Okay, so now I'm going to put this onto the front of my card. I'm going to centre that as best I can. There we go. And that's the front of my card almost done. I've stamped the lady holding the birthday cake in Memento ink on a scrap of whisper white, and now I'm colouring her in. So that was ivory that I was using on her skin, and now I'm using light Daffodil Delight on her skirt and on the centres of the flowers, and this is light Bermuda Bay. I'm just filling in the stripes on her skirts, and this is dark Pumpkin Pie. And in the background I've got some samba music playing, and this is light Old Olive, and these are my Stampin' Blends, my alcohol markers. This is light Pool Party. So I'm just colouring in all of those flowers, and I'm just giving them a little bit of depth with light Night of Navy. This is light Soft Suede, and this is light Smoky Slate, and I just like to give a grey outline around my picture. And now I'm just going in with my watercolour pencils and just giving the colour a little bit more depth. And this step's completely optional, but I do like it because it just gives you a little bit more a little bit more shading and a little bit more depth. And then once it's all finished, I will fussy cut it out, and then it will be ready to use in my card. This is my 4.5 by 4 inch square of Whisper White, and I've got it with the long edge against the top of my scoreboard, and I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch and at 3.5 inches and at 4 inches. Okay, and now I'm going to crease up my folds and put this out of my way, and I'm going to sharpen these with my folder. And we've had some discussion recently about which way you should crease a piece of card or paper after you've scored it, and the answer is kind of you fold it away from the side that you scored, because if you think of it, card fibres, what you're doing is you've got your fibres and they are sort of like that, they're all nice in line with one another, and you come along with your scoring tool and you make them go like that. Okay, you create a little dent in them. So when you fold, if you then fold away from the bump, you're kind of bringing them back into line and they fit together nicely. Whereas if you carry on folding in the way that you fold them towards yourself, towards each other, then they're going to do that, and that is where you get cracking and cracking and card breaking and things like that. Now, Stampin' Up card is pretty tough, pretty robust, and you may get away with it, but with a lesser quality card you might not. So just to be on the safe side, that is the correct way to fold your card. And yes, I know it does seem a bit back to front, but honestly, trust me, that is the way that you do it. So now I'm putting my tape along the 2 outer pieces of that card that I just folded, and I'm going to bring back my card front, and the first thing I'm going to do is, where's my piercing tool? It's here. Here it is. It's the cork, I keep it in, and I'm just going to bring that up so that it is just this side of that fold. You can see that's the bump of the fold there. Let's remove the backing from the tape. Get that straight and put that into place. Okay. And now on the other side, okay, so I'm going to fold that under so that I can see that fold and the other fold, and I'm just going to bring that down into place, just like that. And now when I open it up, that is now a nice little shelf. You see that pops up with the card. I have my pencil and I'm just going to mark the corners of my outer square, which probably isn't the straightest in the world, but never mind. And on top of that, I am going to put my piece of I keep wanting to call it Melon Mambo, and it isn't Melon Mambo, it's Mango Medley, Mango Melody. It's not, yeah. So I'm just going to pop that in place, making sure that I cover all of those pencil lines. And you see, so I'm not 100% happy with how straight this is now. But you will have more time and more trying to think of the word, you'll be able to pay more attention to it. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. Okay, so there is my lady. So I'm going to put some, as you can see this is where it went wrong. Even using my Stamparatus, I still went wrong. So yeah, Stamparatus was fine. I kept getting too much ink in places where I didn't want it. I was being a little bit heavy-handed. There you go. Alright, so now when I open up the card, there is my lady delivering the cake. Excellent. So this is my happy birthday sentiment, and I've inked it up in my my tuxedo black memento, and I've just got a strip, little offcut of the designer series paper that I've just going to print a happy birthday on for that, and on my strip of Mango Melody I am just going to stamp love celebrating you. Okay. Oops. Okay, so let's straighten that out. I'll be back to normal, I hope. There'll be a bit of a cut there. And I'm bringing back my my Stitched Shapes framelets, and I'm going to go over that with, I think this one's going to be too small. Yes, it is. How about a circle? I could do a circle instead. What do you think? Shall we go with a circle? Yeah, let's go with a circle. Why not? So I have a circle there, and I'm just going to go back over to the Big Shot, cut this out, be right back. And here we are. So let me put that back onto its magnetic sheet. Take away my little bit of tape. Tidy those away. And now let's start bringing this together. So the love celebrating you is going to go on the inside of the card. Underneath my lady's feet. Okay, and this piece is just going to go along the front, and I'm trying to decide whether to mount it onto a piece of Melon Mambo or not. It's not Melon Mambo. Stop calling it Melon Mambo, Keren, for goodness sake. Oh, what's wrong with you? Do you know what? I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead, and I'm just going to stick it straight down, because the hot weather is back. See, that nearly went upside down. That wouldn't have been too good, would it? And it is so warm here because when I'm filming, I really can't have the fans on because they are so loud. And I have tried doing things with voiceover, but I need the fans on when I'm doing voiceover as well, so I'm no better off. So yeah, stop rambling, Keren, and show everybody the card, which is pretty much finished. So that is it for today. I do thank you very, very much for joining me. I would love it if you came back and saw me again sometime soon. You can hop on over to my blog if you want to see the supplies I used. 3, 2, 1. And that is it for today. So if you want to see the... So that is it for today. Now, if you want the list of supplies that I use, then by all means do hop on over to my blog. There is a link in the description box below. Yeah, hop on over and see me on Facebook as well if you want to. Leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. But for now, that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope I'll see you again sometime soon. Bye bye.